Hi, I'm Banetta with Koinonia Family Services here in Loomis. I am the parent partner.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Garza. I am a resource parent coordinator with Koinonia Family Services, as well as a foster and adoptive mom.
Oh, I adopted too. And fostered, huh? Just a little bit.
60 plus kids.
Yeah, 68 kids and 28 years, so
yeah, a little experience there.
Little longevity.
Yes. So today we are going to dive into a few of our commonly asked questions about becoming a resource parent, formerly known as a foster parent. So Banetta's going to answer some questions, give us some of her wisdom.
She's going to try to stump me up, and it's probably going to be easy.
She knows a lot. All right. So what does the time frame or the process look like?
Well, I like to say it really depends on the parent and how they like to get paperwork completed and finished and back to us. And then after we get all their paperwork and your training, which is actually just an orientation and a full Saturday with us and some videos at home, then we can get you assigned to a worker, and that takes, what do you think, maybe a couple months. So I would say at least 3 to 6 months.
Yeah. They say in a perfect world, it would be 30 days for paperwork. You are good on paperwork.
Yeah.
And then 60 days for the written report for that section. So depending on how quick you are, really, like Vanessa said, 3 to 6 months with life and paperwork.
Exactly, life, right? We all shut down. We know how everything slowed down. Although we got paperwork in pretty good during COVID, so there's a plus.
For sure. All right, so do they have to be married?
No, they do not have to be married to be a foster parent. And actually, you can be a 2-dad family. You can be a 2-mom family, a mom and dad family, or single family, meaning 1 mom, 1 dad.
Yep. Perfect. All right, do they have to own a home?
No, you do not have to own a home. Thank God right now in this day and time. It's kind of hard here in California, at least, to own your own home. So no, you just have to show that you're stable. You can make, your rent payments and all your obligations. That's another important thing that we look at.
For sure, as long as they have a room in their home, right?
Right, yeah. You can't just have a 1-bedroom apartment and bring in a teen or something like that, no.
For sure. All right, so how old do they need to be to foster?
Well, legally 18. I'll just put it that way. I'm not really sure. I would hope that an 18-year-old, we could help them maybe be a CASA worker, and get some experience of being around hard teens. Mm-hmm. So I think it depends too. If it may be an 18-year-old that had a brother or sister within the system, I could see something like that being an okay thing. But legally 18.
For sure. And here's one of our big questions that we get. What is the difference between going through an agency versus through the county?
Well, I knew she was going to ask a hard one. Because you don't really want to put anybody down, right? But with an agency, you definitely have the more hands-on support. Our unfortunate county workers or partners, they have huge caseloads. And so they would love to spend the time, I think, with us. But unfortunately, that's not their role. Right. So we're kind of like the foster agencies is kind of like a subcontractor for the county. We're doing work for them. And so our social workers are in and out of our, in our homes a lot. So I think the support, we do our own training. We get to know the families really well. They become our family, actually.
Yeah, like you said, I think the community action, like the community piece is huge.
It's
getting
so huge.
to meet everyone.
Right, and I could never have fostered 28 years without Koinonia, to be perfectly honest.
So do you have to have a certain income level in order to foster, and can you have 2 working parents within the unit?
Okay, of course you can have 2 working parents. That does cause some difficulties as far as transportation back and forth to school, so you'll need support for that. And maybe before or after school care, depending on your schedule. And then you have the breaks with, the happy vacation breaks. Mm-hmm. And so we'll need to know who's going to be the caregiver during that time. And as far as financially, like where your income needs to be, it needs to be self-supporting. So you need, without the stipend from Koinonia or the reimbursement of care, you need to make your own financial obligations.
Will the birth family know where the resource family lives?
No, they won't. They won't know where you live. What you'll do, one way to protect that is like for visits when parents, the biological parents, have unsupervised visits. You just meet at your local grocery store or something to pass off. So no, not at this time. They won't. We don't know where they live, and they don't know where we live.
Yes. So do you qualify if you've been arrested?
Great question. Yes, you can qualify as long as your arrest wasn't crimes against a child and your record's clean for at least the last 7 years. So if you had, like, in your teen years, some kind of fun stuff with the police department, and maybe then again you had, let's say you stole something from the local hardware store, but you've been clean since then, meaning your record's clean, then we can get an exemption, which would be some more paperwork of references and writing what you've done and getting your police report, just to show that you did your due diligence.
For sure. And I think one thing to note too is that they need to make sure they disclose that up front, right?
Oh, absolutely.
In the paperwork. Otherwise it might cause some issues.
It will cause issues. So always be truthful with your Quainio worker and your resource parent coordinator. That's really important.
Because even if you've had it cleared and it won't show up in other places,
it will show up here.
Yes.
Yes. That's it. Okay, good. Well, thank you, Tiffany, for coming with some of those good questions. And we hope this answered all your questions you have. Thank you.
Thank you. If you do have any other questions, feel free to call your local office and they can help you with those.